It's Bible time. It's Bible time. It's time to read the Bible. No books too big, no kids too small. Bible time. It's time for all. We are reading from the New American Standard Bible, copyright by the Lockman Foundation. That's right. Okay, chapter 3, 2 Chronicles, chapter 3. There are only 2 Chronicles. Only have 2 Chronicles. Okay, chapter 3, verse 1. Then Solomon began to build the house of the Lord in Jerusalem on Mount Moriah. We're going to take a pause there, and I'm going to read something. 2 Chronicles, chapter 3, starting at verse 1. That's a lot of numbers. We're not even in the book of Numbers. Then Solomon began to build the house of the Lord in Jerusalem on Mount Moriah.
How many books of Numbers are there?
I don't remember. A lot.
18.
There are 66 books of the Bible. Is that what you were asking? Mount Moriah, where the Lord had appeared to his father David, at the place that David had prepared on the threshing floor of Ornan, the Jebusite. He began to build on the 2nd day in the 2nd month of the 4th year of his reign. What we can gather from this is that place is important, that God remembers different places that we are and different things that he has done, and he knows that different places are important to us, okay? So maybe if you've moved, God knows that like an old house or an old place, that might have a special meaning to you, or it might, or other places might. Yeah.
Hey, Mommy, was I like an egg in your belly?
Were you an egg in my belly?
Like, was it like this little in your belly?
At some point you were, honey. You start out about that size, okay?
Like this size?
Microscopic, yes.
Whoa. That is so little. You're like this big.
That's right. You were very little and now you're very big. Verse 3. Now these are the foundations which Solomon laid for building the house of God. The length in cubits.
Maybe this little.
Yeah, you started out that little. And then God made you this big. And he's going to make you even bigger. You're still growing. You know how to get
big.
Yeah, and you know what helps little boys grow really well? Tickles.
No,
And giggles. Giggles help them grow really tall. Okay.
Let me go.
The length in cubits, according to the old standard, was 60 cubits, and the width 20 cubits. The porch, which was in front. Quiet. Okay, I can't read now. You have to be quiet. The porch, which was in front of the house, was as long as the width of the house, 20 cubits, and the height 120. And inside he overlaid it with pure gold. Is gold expensive? Yeah, it's like the most expensive material. One of the most. I don't know, there might be.
It's like 1,000.
Well, it's what our money is based on, though. It's like, how much is this worth in gold?
Yeah. Like 20 million.
Overlaid the main room with cypress wood and overlaid it with fine gold and ornamented it with palm trees and chains. Further, he adorned the house with precious stones, and the gold was gold from Parvan. I don't know where that is, but the point is it's from another place. And it must be a special place. An unknown location is what our study notes say in the John MacArthur Study Bible, which is our new Bible, by the way. He also overlaid the house with gold, the beams, the thresholds, and its walls, and its doors, and he carved cherubim on the walls. Now he made the room of the Holy of Holies. Its length across the width of the house was 20 cubits, and its width was 20 cubits, and he overlaid it with fine gold, amounting to 600 talents. The weight of the nails was 50 shekels of gold. He also overlaid the upper rooms with gold. Then he made 2 sculpted cherubim in the room of the Holy of Holies and overlaid them with gold. Let's stop there. Do you know what cherubim are? Hudson, do you know what cherubim are?
I'm playing with Oliver.
I know you're playing with Oliver, but do you know what cherubim are?
No.
They're like angels. They're like big angels that guard things, and that's what it says. He made 2 sculpted cherubim, so it's like a statue that looks like an angel. It's like a guardian angel because he's guarding something. But they also have they usually have swords, these cherubims. Can you show me your sword? Very good. Show me your sword. Okay. The wingspan of the cherubim was 20 cubits. The wing of one of 5 cubits touched the wall of the house, and its other wing of 5 cubits touched the wing of the other cherub. Okay, stand up. We are in verse 11 right now. So if you spread out your arms like this, and then you touch somebody else's arms, Hudson, stand up. I want to do this with you. Okay, I got the ball. Now stand up. Okay. Okay, stand up and put out your arms like this and touch my arm. Right? Okay. Well, that's how it was. Like you touched the wall, and then this arm, but it wasn't arms, it was wings. There you go. You spread out your arms like that, like wings, and then you touch your wings, and that's how the cherubim were. They spread out and touched each other, and one touched one wall and one touched the other wall, and they went clear across the room, touching each other like that, but there's only 2 of them. Perfect. That's the cherubim. Now, verse 12, the wing of each of the other cherub of 5 cubits touched the wall of the house, and its other wing of 5 cubits was attached to the wing of the first cherub. The wings of these cherubim extended 20 cubits, and they stood on their feet, facing the main room. What's a cubit? Does anybody know? Hold out your arm. It's like this. A cubit is from the tip of your finger, from the tip of your middle finger to the elbow, to your elbow, from the elbow to the tip. But look, my cubit is a little bit bigger than your cubit. So how do we know which a cubit is? Well, they went by the average man, a man's hand. Okay, so a full-grown man was from there to there, and that was a cubit. So they guessed it was about 1.5 feet. That's an average guess for today if we were to measure things. It could have been greater, but we say average is about 1.5 feet. He made the veil of violet, purple, and crimson, and fine linen, and he worked cherubim on it. They stood up on their face, facing the main room. We might have skipped that in verse 13. So there's verse 14. Now verse 15, almost done. He also made 2 pillars for the front of the house, 35 cubits high. That's really high. It's 3.5 stories. And the capital on the top of each was 5 cubits. He made chains in the inner sanctuary and placed them on the tops of pillars, and he made 100 pomegranates and placed them on the chains. He erected the pillars in front of the temple, one on the right and the other on the left, and named the one on the right Jachin and the one on the left Boaz. Bum, ba-da-bum. After Solomon is, so it was like Boaz and Ruth, and they had a kid, and then they had a kid, and I believe that one was David, and then the next one is Solomon. So it's like after his great-great-grandpa or something. I wonder if they knew each other. You'd have to add back the years and see if Solomon knew his great-great-grandpa Boaz. But interesting. And I don't know if Jachin is named after somebody like that. Oh, and our footnote says most likely these were named after places as opposed to particular people. But Jachin means he shall establish, and Boaz means in their strength. So, oh well. I like the idea of them naming it after his great-great-granddaddy or something. But, oh well. I guess it's not really about what we like. It's about what's true. Okay, that's it for today.